So now you have your leaf, right? If you want to go over and add in more darker tones, you can also do that, you know. Let's see if I want to use a little more details over here, the edges. You can do that, right? Wet on dry, wet on dry. Over here. Colors usually get lighter once it's dry. So you might want to go back and repaint some parts over there, right? But if you're fine with what you have, good. Okay. And now let's do the shadows. We're not using the color black for the shadow, although you have it on your palette and you're so tempted to use that color, but it won't look too natural. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our own shadow color. I would like to use kind of purplish blue and bluish purple, sorry, tertiary colors. Okay, so dark blues and adding in dark red, a little more here. You're just adjusting your colors, kind of like this color. Then I'm going to color in my shadows. The closer it gets to the object, the shadow gets darker. And then slowly it will be lighter. So think about that when you're painting. So going over, going inside. So this is your time to reshape your leaves if you want. Right. Then I'm going to wash up my brush. I'm picking up the pigment at the edge, making it a little lighter. Right? Because it's away. It's actually floating in a way, right? It's not stick to the ground. Okay, like that. And then over here, same thing. Lighter, lighter, and then where it meets, that should be the darkest. Darkest, and then getting lighter. Right? I don't know if you guys can see it well, but there. Okay, right here. And then this side, a little lighter than this shadow. Right? Now it's forming some shadows. And over here, same thing. I'm going to make it a little darker as it's closer to the leaf. And then light it out. Right? Make it a little more lighter by adding in water. Okay. And if you feel like this should get a little darker, you can always go back after it's dry. Right? And then over here as well, too much water. Okay. So now I want to go back and paint a little darker there. Okay. Connect the tones. All right, and now let's do the details on the leaf. I'm not going to use any odd colors that's out of my color palettes over here. I'm going to use whatever I have already. So kind of like greenish tone and the orangey tone. So it looks more natural. I'm not going to use purple or blue because I don't have that color on my leaf, right? So I'm going to use dark orange. And then you just move the lines if you already drew, if you already sketched out. If not, you can just look into your leaf reference and then follow along. Right? Make sure it's not straight down, right? It's curved because this part is curved, right? And sometimes if you leave some gaps in between, it looks more realistic. Really using your brush strokes to create these details. Then I can also use some green down here. The same green I used, a little darker. So it looks like it's connecting, right? So really observe your reference and then try to follow that. Okay, when you're done with this part, you can go ahead and see if you can put in some, I don't know, patterns. Sometimes the texture, you can see it on the leaves. You can use lots of water, and then you just dab it on, and when it dries, it will leave that textured mark. Okay, so if you want to try that, you can also do that. So it doesn't look too smooth because leaves they're a little crispy, right? Give it a little texture, and yeah.